Today we're gonna share how I convinced my non-RV husband to get an RV.
She did.
So were you shocked?
I was very shocked when you first asked me to buy an RV.
Yeah, because you never heard that I want an RV
No.
before, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to rent one when my dad was alive,
Yeah.
but we never did. So
And then I was ready to let you rent an RV after that, but you wanted to
know.
buy one.
no, because when I was doing research, I know I wanted a van, but I guess I did not tell you in detail. That's why you were kind of shocked just to hear the word RV. Right?
Yeah,
What
because
went into your mind?
in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I had a preconception of what RV was. In my mind, when I hear RV, I see the RV in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You tried to convince me by,
By addressing like all your concerns,
yeah.
so
So my first concern was I didn't want to, I was afraid that with the money that we would be spending on buying a new RV, I was really shocked when I found out how much it was. But the first concern was I didn't want to limit our
travels.
anymore. I thought that with the money that we would spend on, that we would not have any more money to go on vacation or stay in nice hotels or eat in nice restaurants anymore.
You thought that we were just gonna go camping and just barbecue
Yep.
all
Yeah.
the time.
And I see you watching YouTube on van life. So,
But I know that you like camping, and so I was just telling you that how convenient it is to go, to go camping. We could just camp in a very nice campground that's out of nowhere, also with a lot of trees, and we will be in nature. We won't be in the RV park, but you thought that we would be in.
Yep. And my other fear was, are we going to continue going on vacations, or are we limited to just going on
Camping trips
in our RV from now on? But
yeah, I said no. Of course we still gonna go on like beach vacation, because that's what we love to, on beach vacations, and international, wherever we want to go, we can still go. It just, this is another way of travel and experience life,
Yeah.
that we haven't actually experienced a lot since we had kids.
yeah,
Like we used to camp a lot when
intense.
yeah.
And we did our barbecues.
I know. But even when we had the kids, we went camping with them too, but then we had to carry a lot of stuff just to make myself comfortable and the kids comfortable. You didn't mind
Yeah,
the tent, roughing it in the tent.
I didn't mind at all. So, but so so when you basically talked to me about that and was able to discuss the fact that getting an RV doesn't really limit our life, but it actually it was an additional way of expanding our life experience. I think that was a major factor into me agreeing to buying an RV.
The next
The next one was money.
Yeah. I know, because you didn't know how much it costs, right, for an
I'm
RV at all.
thinking $50,000 at most, $60,000.
Yeah, you were like 60. I would have to say that. The first thing that comes to my mind, like, oh my God, for 60,000, I would probably get one of those old RV that you were thinking about.
From Breaking Bad.
From Breaking Bad. I told you it would be around
6-digit.
like around like 80, 90,000 to over 100,000. So you were shocked.
Well, the first RV we saw was a used one, and it was 150 something.
Yes. Yeah, the Pleasure Way. That was like 6 months old Pleasure Way.
It was almost $160,000 without tax.
And so, but we decided on a budget. I mean, finally you were okay with, you came to the realization of how much the Class B RV would cost.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we talked about it. I did my research, and
But you were not comfortable with us spending, remember, over 100,000 for the Pleasure Way. But even though you're like, yes, honey, if you like it, go ahead and get that one. But then I could sense that like you were
Very
kind of
stressed
scared
out.
and stressed out. Yeah, and so I'm like, no, it's okay. Let me look for something that that will make both of us feel comfortable. I'll be okay with the road trek, and it's within budget.
and the goal of having an RV was to make ourselves happy, not to get ourselves all stressed out over money.
Yes. And remember when we were discussing about the RV, it was during COVID season,
Yes.
and you told me, honey, why don't we just wait like for maybe 2 years until you could save up more money, and then
And for the price to go down, because at that time price was
yeah,
rocketing.
for the price to go down. Of course, you're more what
So I wanted to wait until like
Yeah.
now,
I know.
early 2023 or something.
Yeah,
which-
which is true.
Yes.
It it's going down, but then at that time I said, no, honey, I really want it now. What if I die tomorrow?
yeah, you can say, what if you die tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but you're still alive.
You got tricked.
But seriously, in the last 2 years, when we bought our first RV December of 2020. So now it's
Yeah.
December, it's almost January 2023. And I have to say that I'm glad we bought it, because in those 2 years, we have had a couple dozens of outings in our RVs.
Yeah.
We spent that last year where our daughter was a senior and she was getting ready to go to college. We probably spent more than half a dozen camping trips with her
Yeah.
over the weekend, weekend camping trips. And so I felt that those 2 years, maybe I could have saved some money, but the memories that we created in those 2 years between the two of us, and with our youngest daughter, that last year before she went off to college, was priceless.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you convinced me to buy the RV then, when it was at its literally almost at its highest
Actually.
at the time.
Yeah. But we bought a used one first, like a
Yes.
year old Class B, so the pricing was reasonable.
And you said to me, honey, maybe in 5 years we can get an
Yeah.
Airstream. How long was it when we got the Airstream?
6 months later, well, opportunity knocks. You kind of have to answer.
So one more issue that we talked about was I just don't see myself living in an RV for a week.
I know.
I'd like to be able to take a long hot shower and all that. So what
Oh, I reassure you that we will stay in a hotel after like 3 nights of camping, and then we can stay in a hotel so you could take your hot bath, long shower.
So the bottom line is this: getting an RV doesn't really have to limit yourself to saying, well, we bought an RV, now we have to stay in the RV. We know people on Facebook that bought the RV just for the convenience. They can still go on trips and stay in hotels. So for some reason, I just assumed that we would just be staying in the RV from now on. And so I think that if your spouse is concerned with that, that's one thing you should talk to your spouse about. The key to getting your spouse on board of buying an RV is to find out what your spouse likes and dislikes and interests, and somehow incorporate it into the RV. For example, if
Like, let's say you want to go camping, but you still want to be connected, right? And I said, don't worry, honey. We could have the Wii
the Wii
Boost.
Boost,
And then you still have your cell signal when we go camping, so that you still feel connected. But like, I want to go camping so that way both of us are, happy.
I still watch my YouTube in most places, not all campsites. And where there's no signal, I download my videos, my movies
Yeah.
to watch at night on Netflix and play it. So I don't feel like I'm disconnected from the world. So that's important to me.
Yes. So for example, my sister-in-law, she didn't want to get an RV, but my brother really wanted to get an RV. But the way he convinced her was totally wrong. He thought that she wanted something big
Because they live in a
and
big house.
comfortable because they live in a big house. So he rented a Class A, I think like 1 or 2 years old, Class A. So it's pretty new. And she didn't like it at all is because my sister-in-law, she's a clean freak. Sorry, Jackie. No, but she likes things like, really clean. And there was some dog hair in the RV and she doesn't have a dog. And so she's not used to that. So after the trip, she's like, no, I don't want an RV. But then I told my brother, let me just bring, our
Our road track.
just to show it to her. Even though it's small, but it's nice and bright and newer and clean. Let me try to convince her because I know she likes, new things and she likes to go hiking. So I use those 2 points to incorporate her hobbies, what she likes into the RV, and it worked, right?
Yes.
And that she could, come back after a hike for, a
She
nice drink, cold drink, using a
Take a
bathroom,
nap, have
yeah.
a bathroom.
And she was on board with it.
Another concern people ask is the mileage. For a Class B RV, our RV, the road track, we were getting 20 miles per gallon. And on the Airstream here, we're getting, and it's a 4x4. And my wife, who's a speed demon, we're getting 18 miles to 19 miles per gallon.
Yeah, because you were concerned about like driving a big van that it would not be very efficient. It
Yeah.
would cost us a lot of money just on gasoline.
Our Honda Pilot and our MDX before were getting 18 miles per gallon, so this is actually better.
Yeah. Another helpful tip to convince your spouse is to let your spouse know that your trip will be so much more pleasurable if you get an RV.
Yes.
So instead of going from point A to point B,
Like we used to do,
yeah,
as quick as possible.
yes. But now, since we have the bathroom on board, we have the kitchen with all the snacks on there. So during our trip, if we see some nice, spot, we could just stop and take
Have
a break.
Picnic, take a nap, and then drive on.
Yeah. So did that work for you?
It worked for
You-
me.
You like that part, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So having had the RV, 2 RVs in 2 years, did I convince you?
You did convince me, and I'm glad you did, because I think that it actually expanded our life experience. We had a lot more to be able to spend a lot more time together, and you were able to address all my concerns and needs. I think that's what made the agreement to buy the RV much less stressful.
Yes, we came up with like a win-win situation because I know that you're more concerned about the price of the RV. For our first RV, I had to go down on my price.
Which lasted 5 months.
But at least, just to make you, comfortable, right? With the purchase, I can just like, demand that I wanted that RV and you were not happy about it. That would not be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, babe.
You're very welcome. And good luck with your endeavor.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck convincing your spouse.